With the pandemic raging, millions continue to suffer economically as well. Meanwhile, congressional lawmakers remain unable to agree on a new multi-billion-dollar COVID relief plan. So in homes across the country, many are fearful that moratoriums meant to protect them from eviction will expire in just weeks, potentially leaving them homeless. Marcus Moore has more from Houston.
Melissa Flores is hoping the help she so desperately needs is inside this Houston church turned eviction clinic.
I used to clean houses. I've been trying to do applications everywhere. They're not hiring. They're not accepting nobody. It's really hard.
The single mother, like millions of others affected by the pandemic, can no longer afford her rent. In a few weeks, more than 24 federal stimulus programs are set to expire unless Congress strikes a new multi-billion-dollar COVID relief bill. Among the programs ending soon is the CDC eviction moratorium. If it expires, it would leave up to 5 million tenants facing eviction in January, the beginning of winter, and Melissa is one of them. Nearly 16,000 filing for eviction in Houston since the spring. In September, Harris County's Precinct 1 turned to GoFundMe instead of the federal government and raised $250,000 for an evictions assistance program that provides free legal guidance to landlords and tenants.
Part of my job, and it's the worst part of my job, but I have to do it, is to evict people. And when I saw this starting to happen, I said, we've got to be part of a solution. We've got to bring people a solution. And I wanted to be most impactful. We picked the highest zip codes in Harris County to go and bring the actual legal assistance out to the people, to the neighborhoods. I was concerned that people wouldn't be able to get there by car. They weren't able to get there to come downtown. So we brought it all out into the neighborhood.
We watched as they helped Melissa.
I've never been in this situation ever before in my life. I've never had to come out to ask for help. Never. I've always made it through everything. Struggle a little, but I've made it. But never this bad. Never this bad.
After losing her job as a housekeeper, Melissa was barely able to scrape by. Her boyfriend, who was helping her make ends meet, was deported to Honduras, leaving her with no help to care for her 11-year-old daughter.
It's just you.
Yes, right now it's by myself. There's a lot of people at the apartment complex, like a lot of families still there going through a lot.
COVID-19 has driven the country to record-setting unemployment numbers. Houston, which employs nearly a third of the nation's jobs in the oil and gas industry, has been especially hard hit as the pandemic has caused an energy oversupply. Companies like ExxonMobil announced plans to lay off 14,000 employees globally, 1,900 of them in the U.S. and mainly in the Houston area.
I'm 60 years old. I was working at a plant, and now they ain't hiring because of COVID-19. So I was unemployed. Now they say the unemployment is over, so I didn't pay my rent, so I got an eviction notice.
When you displace somebody out of a home, they have to go and they have to live with somebody else. They have to go to a friend, they have to go to a relative's house. And you're confining more and more people together in a confined space, which of course is going to allow the virus to potentially spread. And so the more and more people that are confined in a home, the more and more people that are forced to be with one another, raises the chance that the virus can spread.
If I get sick as old as I am, I don't know if I'm going to live. I'm scared of death.
David Butler, a former taxi driver, attended a clinic in October. Although he invoked the moratorium, he is fearful of what he will do after it expires.
It's just before all of this happened, I was in a townhouse, and I had to climb stairs. And due to my health issue, my cardiologist recommended that I let the townhouse go because the stairs was playing a very important part in me running in and out of the hospital.
Really impacting your health.
Right, and so he recommended that I find a flat.
Due to his health issues, he was unable to work after he moved and is now 6 months behind on rent.
We have to be fair to the landlords as well from this, because they have mortgage payments to pay, they have property taxes to pay, they have insurance to pay, they have repairs to make. So it's a big problem, and it's a problem that impacts the renters and the landlords as well.
We have witnessed scenes like this play out across the country. Housing advocate Caleb Cossack in Pennsylvania is also working to combat the national housing crisis.
One of the biggest issues of the CDC order is the clause that states it only covers cases of non-payment of rent. So landlords can say that the lease is expired, the lease is being terminated, there was some violation of the lease. They can claim fraud for any sort of anything, honestly. And when they do that, they can then sue for possession.
According to the global advisory firm Stout, Rissius & Ross, at the moratorium's end, more than $30 billion in back rent will be due. Some estimates are much higher than that.
The thing that I'm most worried about, by far, is at the end of this pandemic, the money doesn't stop accruing. So rent is still accruing every month. So at the end of this pandemic, many of these people are going to owe their landlord tens of thousands of dollars. And where are they coming up with that money?
For Melissa, the clinic was able to get her the help she needed to delay her eviction. A weight lifted from her shoulders for now. But this is a very temporary solution. While what lies in the days ahead is unknown, she is relying on her faith. She awaits what is to come.
And do you know what you will do come January?
Only God knows. I don't know. To be honest with you, I wouldn't know. I just got to wait until that day gets here.
Marcus Moore, ABC News, Houston.
So difficult to see those stories playing out. Our thanks to Marcus for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.